you're gonna be sincere.
I know that, sir, but think of the disastrous effect this might have on the morale of the American teenager. No, I'm not suggesting the boy doesn't want to go into the Army. It's just... No, I wasn't trying to... Well, it seems to me that 2 weeks from today at the induction center, he'll be there. Rose, thank God you've come. This is the end of Almelu Music Corporation. Bye-Bye-Birdie is going into the Army.
And your faithful secretary is hereby submitting her resignation.
Huh?
I just dropped by to say goodbye, Albert, darling. Lots of luck.
Rosie, you can't! Not today, of all days! My pills. Where are my pills? The little white ones I take when I'm overrun.
Here.
Not so much. Break it in half.
You're 33 years old, Albert. You can take a whole aspirin.
I'm not 33. I'm a long way from 33. I won't be 33 until tomorrow. Water.
It's no use, Albert. My mind's made up. I've been with Almelu 8 years now, and as you well know, I've been a lot more than just a secretary to you.
Rose, those were moments of madness.
Yeah, well, between the moments of madness in the office, I put in a good 90-hour work week. And for what? A $5 raise in 1954 and a bottle of arpege last Christmas?
Promise her anything, but give her arpege.
Yeah, but not a 16th of an ounce. Besides, I want something more than that.
Rose, if you're referring to anything of a more permanent nature between you and me, I'm not ready for it. And besides, there are religious differences.
Spanish is not a religion.
And if it's part of the company you're after, the answer is no to that too. Almelu is me, Mama, and Lou. And any change in it would kill that wonderful woman who bore me.
Nothing could kill your mother, Albert, except maybe a silver bullet.
And I won't your poor old Lou either. He loved you, Rose.
I loved Lou, too. Sure, he was warm, he was loyal, he was lovable. But he died 6 years ago, Albert. And besides, he was a wire-haired terrier. Anyhow, I don't want any part of the company. This is something much more important.
Rose, if you're going to discuss what I think you're going to discuss, I'm in no mood to discuss it.
There's nothing to discuss, Albert. Conrad Birdie's going into the Army. I've quit. There's nothing you can do but give up the business, go back to college, and get your...
Rosie, I'm up to my ears in debt. Conrad's got a $50,000 guarantee, which I can't pay. And I've just taken a severe overdose of aspirin.
Albert, this may be your last chance. Will you listen to me, Albert? I'm serious. His going in the Army is the best thing he could do. Now you're free to start to do what you wanted to. Albert, Albert, Albert. I remember how you told me I should trust you for a year. It would just be for a year, but it's 8 years, Albert. 8 long years, Albert.
Rosie, it takes time to build a business.
It was only a sideline, that's what you said. You just needed some money, that's what you said. You were going to college and get ahead. Instead of being a music business bum, you were going to NYU and become...
Don't say it, Rose!
An English teacher!
Rose!
And furthermore, he wrote poetry!
Rose, please!
And in the NYU yearbook for 1952, under Albert Peterson's favorite piece of literature, you know what it says? Little Women!
I'm ruined in show business.
An English teacher, an English teacher, if only you'd been an English teacher, we'd have a little apart to get a summer vacation, and we would know what life means. A man who's got his master's is really someone. How proud I'd be if you had become one. It could have been such a wonderful life. I could have been Mrs. Peterson, Mrs. Albert Peterson, Mrs. Phi Beta Kappa Peterson, the English teacher's wife.
Rose. I'll make a deal with you. Stay with me. Help me get the money to pay Conrad's guarantee. And I promise you, as soon as I'm out of the red, I'll dissolve the company and go back to the academic life.
Albert, you're on.
Of course, it may take a while, but I'm sure that by 1973 or 74 at the latest, we'll... what's that?
Something that's going to push that date up a few years. Pick a name.
Pick what name? What are you talking about?
All right, I'll do it for you. McAfee. Kim McAfee. Age 15, President and Recording Secretary, Conrad Birdie Fan Club, number 2748, Sweet Apple, Ohio. Mary, would you get me Sweet Apple? The number is capital 78820, and call me right back.
Now, wait a minute. What's going on here? Who's Kim, whatever her name is?
Kim McAfee, Albert, is what's going to send you back to college with the biggest hit song this business has ever seen. It's called One Last Kiss.
I never heard of it.
Well, you haven't written it yet. But when you do, and when that one last kiss is from Conrad Birdie on his way into the big, cold army for 2 long years, and when that one last kiss is given to one of his fans chosen at random from 1,200,000 hysterical teenagers, it'll make Mr. Birdie the hottest soldier since Joan of Arc.
Rose, I'm beginning to see it. We cut the record here in New York.
Take that greasy bongo-playing ear thief to Sweet Apple.
Let him kiss the kid.
And release the record. You'll make enough money to stay in college the rest of your life, Albert.
Rose, it's wonderful. And I promise you, as soon as this thing is settled, it'll be just the two of us, Rose, in perfect bliss. I'll get a job teaching English and you'll... Bliss! Kiss! Hey, that rhymes. I wonder if anyone's ever used it before. Oh, what difference does it make? It'll be great for the song. Oh, one last kiss. It gives me so much bliss. What is your dentifrice? No, that's too clinical.
An English teacher, an English teacher. Someday he may be an English teacher. Yes. Well, every phone in Sweet Apple can't be busy. What's going on there? Kim McAfee just got pinned to who? Never mind, Mary. Keep trying and call me right back. Then we would have such a wonderful life. Then I might be Mrs. Peterson, Mrs. Albert Peterson, Mrs. Phi Beta Kappa Peterson, the English teacher's wife. Hi, Nancy. Hi,
in school yet.
Did they really get picked?
She saw him. She dug it. She nailed it. If you gotta go, that's the way to go. When they got you hooked, then you're really cooked. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Well, I heard they got picked.
Oh man.
I was hoping they would.
Oh man. Oh man. Go steady, go steady, go steady, steady, go steady, go steady, go steady, go steady. That's the way it should be. Oh, you're gonna be happy, I know. Go steady for me. Oh, yeah, that's the way it should go. Go steady, go steady, go steady, steady, we're good. Go steady, go steady. Oh, yeah.
Kim Massey, what do you mean you're resigning from the fan club? Just because Hugo Peabody gave you a pin doesn't mean you have to retire from all social life. Going steady is very important, but there are some things more important than very important, and the Bye-Bye-Birdie fan club is one of them. I mean, where else can the girls gather to worship that wonderful creature? I mean, do you realize what you'd be giving up, Kim? I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. Of course I'll listen to the practice about it, but things like the flag and the Bye-Bye-Birdie scream, they're past me now. You're giving up the scream? You mean when the Bye-Bye-Birdie sings on television, you're not gonna go, "Ah!" Oh, Kim!
Kim, dear, would you please get off the phone? I have some calls to make.
All right, Mother. I suppose I'll have to. Bye, Kim. Kim, are you sure? I mean, after all, Kim, are you absolutely sure? I'm positive. After all, I'm 15 years old, and it's time that I know now.
Disappear.
minute. Kim, there's a call for you. The operator said she's been trying to get through for nearly 3/4 of an hour.
Thank you, Doris. I'll take it down there.
She said it was long distance, and I can't imagine who... What did you say?
I said thank you, Doris. There's no need to look so upset. It's modern to call your mother by her first name. It makes a mother and daughter more like pals.
And your father?
I'll call him Harry, naturally.
Yeah.
By the way, I think Harry took the news about Hugo and I awfully well. Don't you, Doris? Hello, this is she. Yes, I'll wait.
I don't know. Yesterday I was a mother. Today I'm a pal. Are you sure you wouldn't like to call me Mom? That's modern.
I'm sorry, but times are changing. And you've got to go along with them or be left behind with the old folks. By the way, Doris, have you got a cigarette? I've seemed to run out.
I am not an old man. I was 18 in World War II.
Conrad Birdie is coming here to kiss me? Doris! Mother! Mommy! Mommy!
What is it? What's wrong?
It's Conrad Birdie, Mommy! He's gonna kiss me!
That's nice, dear. Now you just put your head on
You
Mommy's
don't
shoulder.
understand! Conrad Birdie is coming here to Sweet Apple to kiss me! Goodbye!
I never thought I'd say it, but God bless Conrad Birdie.
We love you, Conrad. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Conrad, and we'll be true. When you're not near us, we're blue. Oh, Conrad, we love you.
Hi, girls. Sorry I'm late. Now let's go over the Birdie song once more before we go down to the train. Remember the Conrad Birdie creed, dear. No smoking till you're 14. All right now. Shall we try it?
We love you, Conrad. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Conrad, and...
Oh, little girl, you can sing with us if you want. What's the matter with her?
Oh, she's just sad because Conrad's going into the army, and by the time he gets out, he'll be too old for her.
I think you'll still have a few good years left. Look, why don't you girls go down to track 12, and I'll talk to her. And stay out of the bar. Hi, I'm Albert Peterson, Conrad's manager. Come on now. That's no way to be. Things can't be that black. Smile. Little girl, this is an adult speaking. I order you to smile. Please? Great. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. And if you're feeling cross and vicarish, don't sit and whine. Think of banana splits and licorice, and you'll feel fine. I knew a girl so gloomy, she'd never laugh or sing. She wouldn't listen to me, now she's a mean old thing. So spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Oh my gosh, there's our luggage. Hurry up, little girl. You better get down to track 12 if you want to see Conrad before he goes. Oh boy, would you get that stuff down to track... Rose, what are you doing?
Getting our things down to the station without any help from you, Albert.
Oh, Rose, I'm sorry. I don't suppose a generous tip would make things up.
Look, just take your things and go down to the station before any of those reporters get to Conrad alone. You know what happened last time.
You hang on to it, Rose. I've got to wait here for Mama.
Speaking of your mother, Albert, have you told her about dissolving Almelu yet?
I couldn't. Yesterday was the anniversary.
Of what?
Lou, 6 years ago, he was hit on 181st Street and Broadway by a loaded beer truck. Do you suppose that's Mama?
It's either her or the all clear.
Sonny!
Mama, what's the matter?
Don't worry about me, Sonny. I'm just a little faint from the subway, that's
Mom, I told you to take a taxi.
Taxi? What do I need with taxis? I'll leave the taxis for my successful son. A mother can write credit in a dirty subway full of foreign people. Wouldn't give you a seat if your life depended on it. But what's the difference? Nowadays, a mother is lower than dirt anyway. Here's the money I saved from not taking a taxi. Buy some candy with it. Who's she?
Mama, you remember Rose Alvarez from the office?
This is Rose Alvarez? Pretty little Rose Alvarez? I can't believe it. Rose, what happened? You had a sudden shock or something.
Excuse me, Albert. I think I'll go see if Conrad's here.
By all means, Miss Alvarez. Look at her, Sonny. How nice she looks. It's a wonder to me some older man doesn't snatch her off. A personable matron like that with brains and a few dollars, what a catch you'd be for a convalescent. Goodbye, Rose.
Goodbye, May.
Call me Mrs. Peterson.
Mama, what I wanted to discuss with you is sort of about Rose. Maybe you'd better sit down.
Why? I know my Sonny. He loves his mama. He isn't going to say anything that would break her heart. Go ahead, dear. What about Rose?
Well, it's about Lou, too.
Lou, where are you, Lou? Struck down by a beverage I consumed faithfully for 32 years. What about Lou?
Well, Mama, Rose thinks, and I agree, that I should give up Almelu. Mama, what's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. You've killed me, that's all. Lou, I'm coming. I'm on my way up.
Mama, you don't understand. It's just that Rose I thought... Look, Mama, here's some money. Take a cab home. The subways are too crowded.
Nothing is too crowded for a mother. I'll take the IRT. That's the worst subway. No, wait a minute. How many blocks is it after all? Only 107. I'll walk.
Mama.
Enjoy yourself, son. Take care. Wear your heavy coat. Be careful crossing the street. Keep your money in your inside pocket. Wear your rubbers and eat a hot lunch.
Albert, I thought you were going to break it to her gently.
Well, as a matter of fact, Rose, I didn't tell her at all. She was so upset about my leaving, I thought I'd better wait.
You mean you didn't?
He's coming! He's coming! Bye-Bye-Birdie's coming!
Come on, Rosie, Conrad's coming. And we can't let him talk to those reporters alone.
But Albert...
Later, Rosie, Conrad needs me. Later.
How about answer a couple of questions, Conrad? Like, how do you feel about going to the Army?
How does he feel? You ask how he feels? He's much too shy to tell you, so I'll tell you how he feels. He feels brave and eager, strangely humble, proud to be a free
He
GI.
will not face those bullets, for he's not afraid to die.
For he's a fine, steady, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy.
And that's why he volunteered.
I thought he was drafted.
And he appealed 3 times.
Sing.
We love you, Conrad, and we'll be true. When you're not near us, we'll blue. Oh, Conrad, we love you.
Very nice.
What's the pitch in that Hollywood story, Conrad? Are you two engaged?
Is he engaged? Is Conrad engaged? There's absolutely nothing to prove he's engaged.
She's a real pal, like a sister, but it doesn't mean a thing. And that 18-carat diamond, it was just a friendship ring.
For he's a fine, steady, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy. Why was the husband so mad?
Sing?
We love you, Conrad, oh yes we do. We love you, Conrad, and we'll be true.
I'll never forget Conrad's first words when he heard he's been accepted into the armed forces. Say, Mr. Peterson, he cried eagerly, do you suppose I can get assigned to the front-line trenches? That way I'll be sure to get me one of those 30
Albert?
Or whoever's 30 this time.
Hey, Mr. Peterson, give us the real scoop. Is Conrad still drinking a lot?
Now listen here. This doesn't stop. He goes to church on Sunday and he doesn't touch his rock.
He's as decent as a minister. He's as sober as a judge. He subscribes to every charity, and his hobby's making fudge.
He's a fine, steady, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy.
Is it true you found Conrad in reform school?
That is a lie.
I'll lie through and through. I'll tell you where he came from. Here's the story, and it's true.
He was born in New China, son of missionaries
On
there.
a 1,000-acre farm,
Very poor and very
from a line of wealthy planters,
like a
full of
bear.
gentle southern
And
charm.
he drifted down the
Every evening by the
hall
river,
to a waterfront lagoon.
in the moonlight he would cruise.
That is where I heard him sing.
That's where Conrad started
In
singing.
that dirty house
Plantation.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, or amber waves of grain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee.
before we escort you to the town hall where the mayor himself is waiting, I would like to introduce you to the girl upon whom you have chosen to bestow your final kiss upon, and who will now lead us in reciting the Conrad Birdie Pledge, Kim McAfee.
I, Kim McAfee, being of sound mind and body, do hereby promise to be loyal, courteous, steadfast, and true to Conrad Birdie and the United States of America, both indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For he's a fine, upstanding, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy. For he's a fine, upstanding, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy.
Rose, you stay here. I'm going with Conrad. I've got to make Conrad's speech for him. You get the bag, stack them, and bring him back to the house. If I see a taxi, I'll send it back. For he's a fine, upstanding patriot.
Kim, before you go, can I talk to you for a minute?
Right now? I mean, I'm in an awful hurry. Couldn't it wait?
I don't think so, Kim. It's important.
Hugo Peabody, what is so important that you have to talk to her right now?
What's so important? I'll tell you what's so important. The day after I give her my pin, she goes around kissing someone else. That's what's so important. I want you to know I'm quite upset about this. I've already had several headaches and a nosebleed.
Why, Hugo, I believe you're actually jealous of Conrad Birdie.
Me jealous? I'm the opposite of jealous. I'm very jealous. And I have every right to be. Kim's my steady.
That's just it, Hugo. I'm your steady. I may admire Conrad Birdie, but only as one admires a far distant and unattainable ideal. I'm pinned to you, Hugo. I don't care how common and ordinary you are. That's how I'm going to stay.
You're not just saying that to make me feel better.
I mean every word of it, Hugo. Conrad Birdie's just a fling. A steady is forever. One boy, one special boy, one boy to go with, to talk with, and walk with. One boy, that's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
One boy, one certain boy, one boy to laugh with, to joke with, have coke with. One boy, not two or three. One day you'll find out this is what life is all about. You need someone who is living just for you. One boy, one city boy, one boy to be with forever and ever. One boy, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Oh, Kim, I feel so much better now. All thoughts of a nosebleed have utterly vanished.
You were silly to worry, Hugo. Conrad Birdie may be a great public figure, but he doesn't make me feel all dizzy and faint when I think of him. Why, listen, even when I say his name, I don't feel a thing. Conrad Birdie. Conrad Birdie. Conrad Birdie. Boy, one steady boy, one boy to be with forever and ever. One boy, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
The boy she loves, the boy who makes it easy and almost faints. Jen, as you heard her, lady, that boy is me.
One day you find out this is what life is all about. You need someone who is living just for you. One guy, one special guy,
One guy to live for, to care for, be there for.
Never mind thinking of me. My speech, where is it?
In the briefcase.
Good, bring it along. The mayor's almost finished speaking. Come on.
That's the way it should be.
And so it goes, with great pomp and circumstance, as well as usual pride and prejudice, that I welcome you to our fair city and present you with this 14-karat solid gold key, so generously donated by the men at the Sweet Apple Brassworks, and present this key to you, Mr. Conrad Birdie.
He said it! He said the name!
What happened? All I said was Conrad Birdie. If you girls don't stop that, I can't finish my speech.
Who cares about your speech? We want to hear from Conrad. Speak to us, oh beautiful one. Tell us how you make that glorious sound that even now, in anticipation, has reduced me to a snarling, raging, panting jungle beast.
You gotta be sincere.
Oh! That knows the matter.
You gotta be sincere. You gotta feel it here, 'cause if you feel it here, well then you're gonna be honestly sincere. If what you feel is true, really feel it you, make them feel it too. Write this down now, you gotta be sincere, honestly sincere. Man, you gotta be sincere. If you're really sincere, If you're really sincere, if you feel it in here, then it's gotta be right. Oh, baby. Oh, honey. Hug me. Suffer. In everything I do, my sincerity shows through. I look you in the eye, don't even have to try. It's automatic, I'm sincere. When I sing about a tree, I really feel that tree. When I sing about a girl, I really feel that girl. I mean, I really feel sincere. If you're really sincere, if you're really sincere, if you feel it in here, then it's gotta be right. Oh, baby. Oh, honey. Hug me. Suffer. You gotta be sincere. Oh, 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 you gotta feel it here. Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, my baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're gonna be sincere, well, you're gonna be sincere. Oh, you're gonna be sincere, well, you're gonna be sincere. Oh, you're gonna be sincere, well, you're gonna be sincere. Oh, my baby, oh, yeah. Oh, my baby, oh, yeah. Oh, you're gonna be sincere, well, you're gonna be sincere. Oh, my baby, oh, yeah. Oh, my baby, oh yeah. Oh, my baby, oh yeah. Oh, my baby, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
This mess, as you call it, Kim, happens to be my breakfast, and I intend enjoying it.
Your father has a right to enjoy his eggs, Kim, but I'm sure he won't mind if we just quietly start clearing away a few of these other things. I know the house is a bit hectic this morning, dear, but Kim's gone through a lot of trouble to fix a special breakfast for Mr. Birdie, and I want to make sure that everything's ready and waiting for him when he comes down. After all, he is a national figure, and I want to show these New York people that we know how to treat a national figure here in Sweet Apple. Of course, it doesn't mean that much to me, personally, but for Kim's sake, There we are, all done. Did you enjoy it, dear? Good. Now, if you'll just hurry along...
Doris, I'm not leaving this room until I get my coffee, smoke a cigarette, and read my paper.
I'm sorry, dear. I didn't have time to make your coffee this morning. How about a nice, warm 7-Up?
Morning, Pa. Here's your paper. Hope you don't mind, but I cut out a few stories about Conrad.
I've tried to run this house on a democratic basis. I have extended the privilege of self-determination to both the woman I have married and the children I have sired. There has been no taxation without representation, and open covenants have been openly arrived at. Last night, I gave up my room to a guest who repeatedly referred to me as Fats. Telephone calls were made on my phone to New York. Chicago, Fairbanks, Alaska, and Hong Kong. I slept in a campground with my feet in the fireplace and my head in an ashtray. Outside my window, 3 harpies shrieked, "We love you, Conrad," 4,723 times. I have just lost 2 fried eggs. Gentlemen, the democracy is over. Parliament is dissolved, the Magna Carta is revoked, and Nero is back in town. And you don't offer an emperor a warm 7-Up.
Oh, Mr. McAfee, I hope you don't mind staying off the phone for a few minutes. We're expecting a long-distance call from New York.
Perfectly all right. I'll go out and burn Rome.
Mother, what's wrong? Nothing, dear. Your father's just excited about Conrad's being here, that's all.
He's coming! He's coming!
He's coming. Mother, you get the kids. I'll go with the eggs.
Girls, he's coming. You'd better hurry up if you want to watch him eat.
Here we are, Kim. I'm sorry, Doris, but we just had to come too. We'll just stand quietly back here.
Here he is.
Call me for lunch. Hey, Fats!
Now, Doris, about that boy!
Please, Harry, he's just shy.
Well, if you ask me.
After all, Doris, Kim is only 15.
Please,
and I don't want
not
her.
in front of everybody.
Ursula, we better go.
I don't care who's here. No old man allowed is going to tell me.
Tell him, Pa!
You shut up.
Harry, you have no right to say that. The boy is our guest, and
This is my house, and until you're 18...
But Daddy!
Will you shut up? Until you're 18,
Daddy!
will you leave me alone?
Mr. and Mrs. McAfee, Kim, Randolph, is this the way you want 75 million people to see you?
What are you talking about?
You're all going to be on television with Conrad.
On television?
I just got the confirmation from New York, from Ed Sullivan himself.
You mean we're going to be on the Ed Sullivan Show? The Ed Sullivan Show?
That's right. They're going to cut in on Sweet Apple this Sunday night at 8:05, and you're all going to be on. That's why I beg you to put aside all petty differences. To that great audience out there, you're an American dream come true. And for the free world's sake, Mr. McAfee, don't destroy that dream.
The Ed Sullivan Show. Ed Sullivan. Me, Harry McAfee. Appearing with Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan.
Well, kids.
A good job.
Someday we'll recall the greatest day of all.
And I love you.
And
Well, this is it, Albert. What do you think?
It looks great, Rose. Now, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
It's been used as a movie house for the past 30 years. But I'm sure it'll be just fine for the TV show.
It'll be swell, Rose. Now, what I wanted to say was that I really...
They're stripping down the cameras and lights today, and whatever costumes we need, we can just
Rose,
borrow.
I'm sure everything will be perfect. Now, if you'll just forget about the Sullivan Show for 1 minute and come over here, there's something very important I want to talk to you about. About you and I, Rose.
You and me, English teacher.
Rose, I'm serious. I want you to know that I'm very glad you and I, and me, are out here together. Being away from New York, Rose, has made me see all kinds of things in a different light. That's why I want you to know. I wrote Mama and told her no matter what happened, I have decided to give up Almelu.
Albert, you didn't!
Yes, I did, Rose. I wrote her the day we left, which leaves 3 days and 3 nights for her to get in touch with me. And so far, not a word. If you ask me, she's accepted the whole thing by now.
3 days and 3 nights on a Trailways bus. But what's the difference? I'm a mother, and for a mother, a Trailways bus is good enough.
Mama, what are you doing here?
Did you think I wouldn't come? A woman gets a letter obviously written under the influence of drugs and she should stay at home? Pay no attention. It's only a mother's tears. Dear Mom, this is to let you know that Almelu is dissolved. Your friend, Albert. Almelu is dissolved? Dissolve me! Who am I anyway? A sick, old woman who probably won't last the night. I just want a simple stone with one word carved on it. Albert's mother. And don't hire a limousine to get me to my final resting place. I'll walk.
Mama!
And tell that Spanish friend of yours I forgive her. She knoweth not what she done it.
Mama, Rose is right here.
This is Rose? She looks like Margot when they took her out of Shangri-La. For her own sake, Albert sent her back to Tibet. And don't worry about a secretary. It just so happens I met on the bus a perfect secretary. A wonderful, refined girl on the way to Akron. Only I persuaded her to get off here. Sonny? Say hello to Gloria Rasputin. Hi, Al. Hey, you're cute.
But Mama, I don't need a secretary. I have Rosie.
What does Rosie need a job for? In a year or two, she'll be getting Social Security. Well, listen, I don't just type.
You do other things?
I tap dance. I figured I could help you with the secretary stuff, and you would help me get into show business. Hold this, honey. May, can you hum Swanee River? It's my favorite selection. Get a load of this, Al. Bravo, bravo! Well, do I get the job?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you certainly do have wonderful qualifications, but I'm used to working with Miss Alvarez. However, as you say, Mama, we are faced with a certain amount of extra work. Do you have to stay down there?
For a few minutes. May, give me a hand, will you? Al, you push from the other side. Easy now. Sonny, for the movies, they can always cut away while they jack her up. Albert, why don't you take Gloria here somewhere and see how fast she types?
Well, I do have all those releases to get out, and Gloria could do them, unless it makes any difference to you, Rosie.
Why should it make any difference to me, Albert?
Atta girl, Rose. You just keep on working, and I'll go along with Miss Rasputin.
I'll find you a typewriter.
Do you use the touch system?
Whenever possible.
I could kill him. I could just kill him.
Excuse me, Miss Alvarez, but I'm looking for Kim McAfee. I just want to tell her that she is not to kiss Conrad Birdie on that Sullivan show tonight. Because if she does, I'll... Miss Alvarez, is anything wrong? Miss Alvarez, it's me, Hugo Peabody. Can I do anything for you, Miss Alvarez?
Yes, Hugo, I think you can.
last kiss. Oh, give me one last kiss. It never felt like this. No, never felt like this. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. Oh, one more time, oh baby, one more time. It really is sublime, oh honey, so sublime. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. Baby, give me one last kiss. Baby, give me one last kiss. Oh, one last kiss, oh, give me one last kiss. It never felt like this, no, never felt like this. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss.
Celebrate the boys of your said goodbye.
Oh, one last kiss, oh, give me one last kiss. It never felt like this, no, never felt like this. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. Oh, one more time, oh baby, one more time. It really is sublime, oh honey, so sublime. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss. Baby, give me one last kiss. Baby, give me one last kiss. Oh, one last kiss, oh, give me one last kiss. It never felt like this, no, never felt like this. You know I need your love. Oh, 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 give me one last kiss, one last kiss, one last kiss. Oh, give me one last kiss, one last kiss, one last kiss. Oh, give me one last. Brace yourself, chick.
Brace yourself, Conrad Birdie.
Hugo, you hit him!
He deserved it. He was a thief of love.
You left Peabody. I never want to speak to you again.
I need to know who's responsible for this. Who let that kid in here?
I did, Albert.
Woozy?
It's sort of a farewell present to you and Miss Rasputin. Wear it in good health.
Woozy, come back. You can't leave me here alone.
You're not alone, Albert. You're on television.
For he's a fine, upstanding, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy.
For he's a fine, upstanding, patriotic, healthy, normal American boy.
That's how long I've wasted on him. That's all. I'm through. Albert dear, to put it sweetly. To hell with you. That's right, to hell with you. From now on, it's just going to be me, Rosie, on the town. Singing, dancing, having a ball. Making up great years of being in love with a mama clutching, aspirin splitting, 6-foot tower of jello. What did I ever see in him? How did I ever get involved that way? Now that it's over, I can smile and say, what did I ever see in him? Boy, I was way out on a limb. Now that I'm safely on the ground again, now that my spirits have been found again, what did I ever see in him? Is he tender? No, he's not. Is he thoughtful? No, he's not. Am I crazy? What's he got that I found so damn appealing? What did he ever do for me? Well, to be honest, he was sometimes nice, but still it wasn't worth that awful price. It was rough from the start. Broken dates, broken nails, broken heart. How did I ever? Why did I ever? What did I ever?
Don't worry, Miss Alvarez. All men can't be like that.
Every one of them, except maybe Albert Schweitzer, and I'm not his type. They're all the same, from puberty to senility, from Benedict Arnold to Mussolini.
I never understood why Ingrid Bergman married him in the first place.
Egotistical, selfish human beasts.
And what do we poor women to do?
Use them. Let them be our playthings while we live. Sip from the cup of life. Mix the potion full strong and drain it to the drag. How do you like them apples, Mr. Peterson? Do we need them? No, we don't. Do we want them? No, we don't.
Will we leave them?
No, we won't. Tell me, what did I say that for? What did we ever see in them? How could we ever think that they were nice? Take it from us, we paid an awful price. It was rough from the start. Broken dates, broken nails, broken hearts. What did we ever see in
Hugo asked Peabody.
What?
Hugo, what did I ever see in him? Why, he's just as bad as Mr. Peterson, if not worse. Miss Alvarez, I'm coming with you.
Kim, don't be ridiculous. You're only 15.
Juliet was only 14.
Yeah, and look what happened to her. So look, why don't you get some milk and cookies and go to bed like
It's too late for cookies, Miss Alvarez. I want to live. We'll drain the dregs together. We'll help each other with our potions.
Albert, stop. Stop. For the last time, Albert, I'm okay and I don't feel like getting into bed. Now leave me alone.
Conrad, be reasonable. You've had a severe shock, and the best thing to do is go upstairs and get some rest. Now, come on, Al. Conrad. Aha! There she is. The traitor that stabbed me in the heart when my back was turned.
Get out of my way, Albert.
Be careful, Sonny. She may be armed.
I can handle her, Mama. You go upstairs with Conrad and see that he gets into bed.
Wait for me, Conrad. I'll make you a nice hot cup of peppermint.
For the last time, Albert, will you let me by? I'm going out on the town tonight, and I don't want to waste another minute.
Not until I've had my say, Rose. I just want to let you know that, thanks to Mama's quick thinking, the kiss will take place after all. Tomorrow morning at the train station, just before Conrad leaves. So it looks like you failed, Rose. As anyone must fail who tries to buck Al Peterson, one of the giants, the titans, one of the King Kongs of the music industry.
What did I ever see in him? How could I ever think that he was nice? Take it from me, I paid an awful price. It was rough from the start. Broken dates, broken nails, broken heart.
An empire builder, a colossus.
I'm leaving you, defrocked English teacher.
Ouch!
What did I ever see in him?
Rosie? Rosie, come back! Do you hear me? This is King Kong calling. Rosie! Rosie, please! Rosie, I need you! Rosie, please come back! Rosie! And I don't care how much you plead and beg, Miss Alvarez, you're through here at Almelu. Not only do I accept your resignation, but furthermore, you're fired. And just remember one more thing. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me. You big rat. Sorry to have to do this in front of you folks, but I've had to let Miss Alvarez go. I'll get that.
Probably Hong Kong again.
Hello, this is Albert J. Peterson speaking. No, I'm sorry. Rose Alvarez is no longer with us.
Miss Alvarez,
That's right.
wait for me. I'm coming with you.
And where do you think you're going, young lady?
With Rosie, to live, to drain deep the drag, to sip full hearty the brimming cup.
Upstairs.
But Daddy.
Do you hear me? I said upstairs.
Miss Alvarez was right. You're all the same, from puberty to Mussolini.
What's that? You dare say puberty in front of your own father? Not to mention Mussolini. Doris, we failed as parents. I never asked for much of my children. Just respect. A little respect. That's all I asked for. But did I get respect? I did not get respect. I got no respect.
I respect you, Pa.
I don't want your respect. You're a child. What good is respect from a child? Doris, take me upstairs. I'm not a well man. Certain words I didn't want to hear in this house. Puberty was the first. Mussolini was the second. And respect was the third.
Now listen here, Mr. Lewis. No three-cent reporter can bulldoze me. I happen to be Albert J. Peterson. And you can print that in whatever cheap paper you happen to represent. It's not a paper, it's a magazine. And it's not Mr. Lewis, it's Mr. Luce. Oh. Rosie, I need you.
Sonny boy, where are you going?
Nowhere's, Mama. Just out. It's stuffy in here, so I thought... To look for Rosie, Mama. I love her and I want her back.
Is that all? I thought it was something serious. By all means, dear, find your lady of spading and bring her back here. And by the way, Sonny, on your way back, be sure to stop in the kitchen, take my head out of the oven, and turn off the gas.
Mama!
It's a strange house. I don't want to run up a bill.
Mama, I've had enough of this. If you really love me, you'd help me find Rosie before it's too late. Don't you understand what's happened? That poor girl's gone out to make up for all the years she's wasted on me. Who knows what low dive she's in at this very moment.
Oh, you're right, Sonny. I'll help you find her. Only, maybe I'd better give you the message from Conrad first.
What message?
Nothing to worry about, dear. He just says he's going out tonight, and he doesn't think he'll be back in time to kiss Kim tomorrow.
Mama, why didn't you tell me this before?
I tried to, darling sweetheart, but you kept on ringing up a certain party from south of the border.
I don't know what's the matter with him. He knows how much this means to me. Conrad! Conrad!
Take it easy. I'm coming. And before you start hollering, Albert, I just want you to know I made up my mind. I'm tired of getting up at 9 every morning, having people watch me when I eat, and letting kids poke me in the eye. I want to have some fun. Get out, meet a couple of young chicks. Do you understand, Albert? I am tense.
Mama, don't just stand there. Do something.
Conrad, did you ever think in terms of a more mature woman?
Man, I hope I never get that tense. Now look, buddy boy, this is my last free night before I go into the Army, and I am going out.
You can't go out without my permission. It says so in your contract. Mama, get the contract. It's in never mind, I'll get it myself. Conrad, you stay right here.
Conrad.
There are chicks just right for some kissing, and I'm mean to kiss me a few. Man, those chicks don't know what they're missing. I got a lot of living to do. Sizzling steaks all ready for tasting. And there's Cadillacs, all shiny and new. Gotta move, 'cause time is a-wasting. There's such a lot of living to do.
There are men of 19 or 20 who are suave and reckless and true. Older men
music to play, places to go, people to see. Everything for you and me. Hey, you kids live here, don't you?
Yes, Mr. Birdie.
What's the lowdown on this town?
Sweet Apple, Ohio was founded in 1852 by Jeremiah S.
No, I mean, what do you do here? Where do you go to have a ball?
Well, there's the church shop, and the sweet shop, and the older kids go to the ice house.
What's there?
I don't know. Ice, I guess.
It just so happens, Mr. Birdie, that the ice house is a place where people go when they want to be alone.
Hey, ain't you the chick I was supposed to kiss?
I am not a chick. I am a fully grown woman, and I insist on being treated as such. As a matter of fact, that's exactly why I'm leaving home.
Now you're talking, chick. Come on, let's move. We got things to do. Crazy clothes and motorboat races.
Someone nice to cuddle up to.
Broadway lights and wide open spaces. We got a lot of living to do. Lots of dates and no one to scold you. Live the loop and laugh at the view. Moonlight swims and someone to hold you. We got a lot of living to do. There's music to play, places to go, people to see. Everything for you and me.
All life's a ball, if only you know it. And it's all just waiting for you. You're alive,
So come on and show it.
we've got a lot of living, such a lot of living. What a lot of living too. You jumped to go straight to bed. You hear me, Ursula? Mother's calling you, Ursula. Ursula.
There's music to play, places to go, people to see. Everything for you and me.
All life's a ball, if only you know it. And it's all just waiting for you. You're alive, so come on and show it. We got a lot of living, such a lot of living. What a lot of living to do.
Yeah!
Kim, come
Kim,
back,
where are
Kim.
you? Hugo, have you seen Kim?
Don't ask me, ask Conrad Birdie.
What are you talking about?
They're out together having moonlight swims and motorboat races and loop-the-loop. I'm going to do the only sensible thing. Drink myself to death.
Motorboat races, moonlight swims, loop the loop. Doris, get my gun.
You haven't seen Conrad, have you?
No, but I intend seeing him, Mr. Peterson. So if you have a message, I'll be glad to deliver it right after I shoot him.
Shoot him? Rosie, I've got to find Rosie.
Dear, what are you talking about? You know you don't have a gun.
There's that Daisy air rifle out in the garage.
That's mine, Pa.
You shut up. I wonder where I can buy BBs this late at night.
Anyway, that's broken, dear.
Then get me anything. That bow and arrow with suction tips I bought you last Christmas. Don't just stand there. My daughter's off to do the loop with a fiend. Get me a water gun. Kids, I don't know what's wrong with these kids today. Kids, who can understand anything they say? kids. They're disobedient, disrespectful hosts. Noisy, crazy, sloppy, lazy loafers. And while we're on the subject, kids, you can talk and talk till your faces blow. Kids, but they still do just what they want to do. Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way? What's the matter with kids today? Kids! I don't mind the moonlight swims. It's the loop-de-loop that hurts. Kids! What if they lower the draft age to about 11? Kids! I didn't know what puberty was until I was almost past them. Kids!
They are just impossible to control. Kids with their awful clothes and their rock and roll. Why can't they dance like we did?
What's wrong with Sammy K?
Hey, Pop, here's my pea shooter.
A pea shooter. What good's it? Give it to me. What's the matter with kids today?
I'll have a double rocks on the scotch. And put some rocks in it this time. Can you make a vodka malted?
How old are you?
32.
Oh, get out.
How about a beer?
Eat it.
Just let me sit here with an empty glass in front of me.
Get out.
I demand to see Maud. Who's the manager?
I'm Maud. I'm Charles F. Maud. If you're not out of here in 1 minute, I'm going to take you by the scruff of the neck and throw you out.
Okay, I'm going. This is the last time I do my drinking in this place.
Double bourbon, scotch on the side, no ice. And put a cherry in it. Make that 2 cherries. Alvarez is the name, but I want you to call me Spanish Rose.
Spanish Rose?
Now, wait a minute. You can't throw me out. I'm an American citizen, and it's my constitutional right to have a drink here if I so choose, and get loaded here if I so choose, and do any manner of wild and trash
Is Rose Alvarez there?
This is Spanish Rose's coming out party.
Rose Alvarez.
And when I say coming
In fact,
out,
I think that's her voice I hear right now.
Out.
Would you put her on, please?
Allá no rancho de vivía. Aye.
Hold the wire. Hey, Fidel Castro. I named Peterson wants to talk to you.
Tell that Weasley little rat I'm not here.
That proves she's there. Who else would know I'm a Weasley little rat? Rose, I've got to talk to you. It's about Conrad.
And furthermore, even if I were this Rose, which I'm not, the one thing that would certainly make me hang up this phone is any mention of anybody named Conrad.
No, Rosie, please don't hang up. I won't mention Conrad. We'll talk about anything you want. You, me, I, anything. Oh, Rosie, please. Talk to me, baby, won't you talk to me? I don't care what you say, baby, talk to me. Must you be oh so far away from me? It seems all wrong this way. Talk to me. And if you miss me, tell me so. Are you lonely? Tell me so. Say you love me. Tell me so. Honey, let me know. Talk to me till I press you close to me. Then you'll see we won't have to talk at all.
Till I press you close to me.
Then you'll see
We won't have to
talk. Rose, are you alone?
No, I'm not alone, Albert. I'm with friends. See you later, boys.
See you later, boys. Look, Rosie, you've got to help me find Conrad.
And that's only the beginning, Albert. From now on, sky's the limit. Parties, balls, dances. I'm a pole, me pretty ama. What's going on in there?
None of your business, lady. That's private.
Private for whom?
For men only. That's for whom.
Men only? That's exactly what I'm looking for. I've heard about what goes on in these small towns. Out of Spanish Rose's way.
And so, fellow Shriners, with the power vested in me, I'd like to... And gentlemen, let's get back to what we're... Earlier, gentlemen, we must...
Alvarez, I have a favor to ask you. Could you go back in there and get me some grain alcohol to go?
Not for $1 million.
My whole world is collapsing before me. I can't get a drink, and Kim's run off with Conrad to the ice house.
Kim and Conrad. Albert, I've got to phone Albert. Hugo, you stay right here. Now, wait a minute, fellas!
Here it is, World's Roadside Retreat. I'm coming, Rosie. Hurry, Mama.
I don't know why we have to go running around all night looking for someone. It would be better not to find in the first place. If you listen to me, Sonny, you'll come home, have a nice cup of Postum, and go to bed.
I told you, Mama. I'm not coming home till I find Rosie. Now, if you want to leave, that's okay with me. As a matter of fact, it's not a bad idea. Why don't you go home, Mama?
What did you say, sweetheart, darling?
I said, why don't you go home, Mama?
Would you mind repeating that once more, sunshine of my existence?
I said go home, Mama. I don't need you anymore.
So, it's come at last. At last it's come. The day I knew would come at last has come at last. My Sonny boy doesn't need me anymore. Well, what are you waiting for? Get rid of me. Put me out with the garbage. Just throw me away with the used grapefruits and the empty cans of bumblebee salmon. Never mind putting a lid on, leave it open so that 100,000 pussycats can walk all over a mother. And by the way, sweetheart, darling, I got some good news for you. I got the report back from the hospital. It's absolutely definite. I got a condition. Never mind what kind of condition. Oh, condition. And if there's one thing doctors can't cure, it's a condition. I don't want you to worry, though. Fancy funerals are for rich people. Just wait till Mother's Day, wrap me up in a flag, and dump me in the river. I feel better now. Everything is as it should be. A mother is lying on top of a sanitation truck bound for the city dump, and a son is running around in saloons with a Mexicali Rosie who came over for the fruit picking season and stayed to ruin an American woman's life.
Are you finished, Mama?
Yes, Sonny boy.
Good night, Mama.
You're just like your father. You marry anything. Good night, Sonny boy.
My name is not Sonny Boy.
Good night, Albert.
Mr. Peterson, have you seen Conrad and Kim?
Oh, Mr. McAfee. Pleasure to see you again. Unfortunately, I must tell you that Conrad's affairs no longer interest me. Now, I'm looking for Miss Alvarez now to tell her... Conrad and Kim?
They've run off together.
And if we don't find them soon, Mr. Peterson, I intend calling the FBI. Who's the head of it now, dear? Is it Peter Lawford yet?
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Doris, Harry, have you seen Ursula?
Ursula?
Is she missing too?
Since 10 o'clock, and I've looked everywhere. McAfee, you haven't seen my Alice, have you?
They're probably all down at the drugstore. Maybe having one of those gang wars.
Gang wars?
Kids, I know what's wrong with these kids today. Kids, who can understand anything they say?
Kids, they are so ridiculous and so immature. I don't see why anybody wants them. Just kids, they are just impossible.
Sure, you'll be old enough to
Kids with their awful clothes and their rock and roll.
teenage delinquent.
Why can't they be like you were, perfect in every way?
What's the matter with kids, too? Kids,
What the hell is wrong with these kids today?
kids, who would guess that they would turn out that way? Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way? What's the matter with kids? What's the matter with kids? What's the matter with kids today?
Hi, everybody. Good old Hugo here.
Hugo Peabody, what have you been drinking?
Milk. But it worked. Anyhow, I've got a perfect right to be drunk. My girl's gone off with Conrad Birdie to the...
To the movies! Great double bill tonight. Flying down to Rio and Greed. Gosh, I'll always remember that great cast. Dolores Del Rio.
Gee, Raymond.
And what a score.
I'd forgotten that.
Hey, Rio, flying down to Rio.
Albert!
Rosie, where have you been? I've been looking for you all night.
Albert!
I got good news for you, Rosie. I told Mama to go home.
Albert!
And all I
Kim and
knew
Conrad have run off to the ice house.
The ice house?
The ice house? Doris, call him out of police. Call up Mr. King, Trust of Lost Persons. Call up the Shadow. Look him up under Lamont Cranston.
Refreshing, isn't it? Although I prefer Murads, but these will have to do. So, Conrad, this is the ice house. Fun, isn't it? Although, when you've been here as many times as I have, and I've been here with everybody, you know, Ursula, Deborah Sue, the Girl Scouts. Stronger than the chocolate ones, huh? Conrad, you seem a bit nervous. Maybe your drag on this weed will help you relax. Or perhaps one of those reefers I've read so much about. I could even go get you a fix, if you tell me what one is. I mean, because when you've had a donkey on your back as long as I have, Conrad, you're trembling. I mean, just because I'm a couple years older than you are, I hope it doesn't make you nervous. 27, 28, one of the two. So you see, I really know the score. I even know some of the words, like connubian, premarial, jailbait.
There you are, who sent us one. We've been looking for you everywhere.
That's nice. Now out of my way, I'm
But you
late.
don't understand. We're coming with you. You said it yourself. We've got a lot of living to do.
Now wait a minute.
Wait, we'll never go home again. We'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
Moonlight swim.
Motorboat races.
Loop-de-loop.
Yeah!
Of course that stuff ain't as much fun as I made out.
We can start right now. Let's have an orgy.
What's going on here? Conrad! Conrad!
There he is, that depraved brute. Arrest that man. Well, now, what have you got to say, Mr. Birdie?
Thank God you've come.
Hi, everybody. Good old Hugo again.
Hugo, you're just in time. I can't tell you what humiliation I've been made to suffer.
That's all I need to hear. Take him away.
Let's go.
Mr. McAfee, I demand you release that boy. Do you hear, Mr. McAfee? This is Albert Peterson speaking.
Albert, look, it's no use. Why don't you go back to the house, and I'll go down to the courthouse and try talking
Rosie,
to
I guess you didn't understand what I said before. This is the new Albert.
But Albert...
Don't butt Albert me. You are merely woman. I am man. Woman's job is to obey and keep the house clean and speak only when she is spake to. And my first command, woman, is for you to get our bags and be down at the station by 6:30 tomorrow morning, when I intend to be there with Conrad. And I further command you to bring whatever legal documents are necessary, because I intend making you Mrs. Albert Peterson by 2400 hours tomorrow. Roger, over, and out. And Rose, did I mention I love you?
Not yet, Albert.
Well, I do. Conrad!
It's gonna be such a wonderful life. I'm gonna be Mrs. Peterson, Mrs. Albert Peterson, Mrs. Phi Beta Kappa Peterson. Oh, Rosie, nothing can stop you now.
Hello, Rose.
Hello, May.
So we're alone at last. Have you a minute to spare for a heart-to-heart with an old friend?
I'll always have time to speak with the woman who by tomorrow evening I'll be able to call...
Don't say it, Rose!
I'll be able to call Mother.
The cruelest word I ever heard. To think I would see the day I'd have relatives in El Salvador.
Not to mention Guatemala, Brazil, Chile, Uruguay, and Chichicostanango. And as soon as Albert and I are married, I'm going to stick a rose in my teeth, sit in front of my adobe hut on Central Park West, and sell tortillas. Adios, Mama.
Adios, Rosita.
Call me Mrs. Peterson. I'm just a Spanish tamale, according to May. Right off the boat from the tropics, far, far away. Which is kind of funny, since where I come from is Allentown, PA.
Okay, may I'll be Spanish. Just wait till I marry Alberto. I'll be the toast of Chichi Costanango. And all day long my castanets will click. I'll hide behind my fan and do the tango. I'll be so Spanish it will make you sick. I'll eat the tacos and the enchilada. I'll drink tequila till I feel no pain. The only song I'll sing will be Granada. I'll be more Espanol than Abbey Lane. So call me the wild Spanish rose, the craziest flower that grows. I'll kick up my heels and see how it feels to be sultry Spanish rose. Beneath my mantilla I'll pose, the beauty that nobody knows. So regal and cool, exciting and cool, that's me, Spanish Rose. Mi name Bessie me mucho. Sister of Spanish beauty, que será? You like me, yes, no, maybe, yaje. Americano, let me give you a bit of advice. To cross Spanish Rose, he seems wise. Your match you have found, so don't mess around. Her heart, she is cold like ice. With Albert, I will dance to the bolero. We'll cha-cha in the nicest honky-tonk. He'll wear the cutest mustache and sombrero. My handsome Latin lover from the Bronx. So now that you've met Spanish Rose, you'll never forget Spanish Rose. She'll taunt you, she'll tame you, and what man could blame you for worshiping Spanish Rose? Not Danish, not British, not Swedish, and not the Yiddish, but Spanish Rose!
No one's here, come on.
Now look, Albert.
Shut up and get on that train. I took every had to bail you out, and I don't want you saying we're out of this state. Now get aboard.
Now wait a minute, buddy boy. You saved my life. And whether you pay me no guarantee or not, you got a contract with me forever.
Conrad, what are you saying?
Look, here's a blank piece of paper I signed my name to, Albert. You just fill in whatever you want.
Hello, Albert.
Aw.
Rose, you look good for a change. I know all about you, too. Don't worry, I won't make a fuss. I'll do what any intelligent mother has to do. Goodbye, dear. Don't worry about the coat. You'll have 3 mean soles as soon as the train passes over me.
Mama, get up and get on that train. I have no time for any nonsense.
Just a moment, Mr. Peterson. I demand to know what you've done with Mr. Birdie. He's under that jail.
How would I know where he is? I haven't seen him all night.
Mr. Peterson!
Now there's no point getting excited, dear. After all, there's no real harm done. Kim and Hugo are back together again. As a matter of fact, the sweetest thing happened this morning. He proposed to her, and she accepted him.
Oh,
Dear, what's wrong?
our life is over. I'll sell the house and move into a home.
Hey, Albert, come on, the train's leaving.
Bye, Conrad.
Albert!
time, Albert. 6:30 on the button. Where's the train?
We left at 6:25.
But Albert, you told me. You told me to be here at 6:30 sharp. I know because.
And Mama.
Albert, you wanted us to miss that train?
It stands to reason, Rose. Why get on a train going to New York when we've got tickets to Pumpkin Falls, Iowa?
What's in Pumpkin Falls, Iowa?
An opening at the teaching staff at Pumpkin Falls Junior High School. I read about it in this morning's paper. They want someone to teach English and domestic science. And I hope you brought your documents, Rose, because they prefer the applicant to be married.
Oh, Albert.
Oh, Rosie. Did anybody ever tell you that's the most beautiful name in the world? I was never crazy for flowers. I confess that nothing left me colder. I could watch a daisy for hours, and all I'd feel was several hours older. Lilacs or lilies, any bloom you please. All that they did was make me shrug or sneeze, but now I love each blossom that I see, for a lovely little rose loves me. Now my life is rosy, since I found my Rosie. With a girl like Rosie, how can I be blue? Hand in hand we'll mosey, me and little Rosie. We will be so cozy by a fire built for two. Oh, I once heard a poem that goes, a rose is a rose is a rose. Well, I don't agree, take it from me. There's one rose sweeter than any that grows, and that's my Rosie. I'm so glad you chose me. Life is one sweet, beautiful song when love is right. Now my life is rosy.
Oh, we'll be happy, I know.
Since I found my Rosie.
Off to the preacher we'll go.
With a girl like Rosie.
So how could we be?
How could I be blue?
Oh, we'll have us a home out west. A nice little split level nest. And in every room, roses in bloom.
But there's one rose sweeter than all of the rest, and that's my Rosie.
I'm so glad you chose me. Life is one sweet, beautiful song. When love is right, then what could be wrong? Life is one sweet, beautiful song to me.
along. We thank you again. Once again, good night. Drive safely. Can I have house lights, please? House lights.